A scan from Radiant.
Free farm PL or the free farm Drow.
It's just depending on what EG can make of it. Once this Drow is starting to get online, once their lineup all starts to get together for them to group up and be able to push, will they be able to keep that push going to not allow Secret to just farm up on this PL? Because PL, like we said, this hero can become the king in this game. Although he is versus some, like we said, some counters. The Viper, Nether Toxin can be a little annoying at times. It's not the best because it's hard to keep him inside of it, but they have Underlord and they have a Willow, so they have a lot of different ways of controlling the PL. Rotation, Yapsor, level 4, Ramsey's very low.
Well, they're hunting. They're diving deep for this doppelganger in to clean the trees out. There's TP backup coming through. Matu instantly TP's out. There's nothing to cancel it. So Matu can retreat. Yapsor, he's going to try for the TP himself. The Cursed Crown, it won't hit in time. Yapsor's there, instantly TPs to make sure that he's out before the Cursed Crown procs.
Very heads up play by him there. Couldn't wait any more time for him to do so, otherwise he would have likely gone down. Zai.
He's getting aggressive. A TP over from Ramses will come in. He's a little low on the mana though, Ramses, and Zai.
5 seconds on Firefly.
It's a lot of napalm onto Arteezy. Abed was in the jungle and he can now turn. They turn with a multi-shot and shoot Zai down. A dive too far. He was not ready for the movement from the Viper. I guess he forgot about the fact that Abed, he's just been sitting in that whole jungle area, and it's very easy for Abed to sort of take a moment to step away and help out his carry.
He would have had to dive pretty hard under a tier 2 as well versus a Drow. Maybe would have gotten the kill, but probably would have died himself anyway.
A bit of a dive, but this time they're going on Ramses, and Ramses, he's got all his friends here to back him up. The multi-shot cleans out the illusions. Matu, he's gone. Not the ideal move for him to make. He was having free farm to start this game off. He comes down to the bottom lane and ends up handing his life to Arteezy.
Maybe not expecting all the rotations to come out from EG, but yeah, gets punished, and Arteezy, like you said, he gets the kill. Very important for him. Yapsor, as well as Zai, they're going to go on Fly here in the meantime. Fly will be able to survive with those stick charges with the backup of Ramses' Firestorm. EG making very heads-up plays. Somehow Secret, though, still having that gold lead slightly.
Nisha keeping himself to the jungle, has phase boots done, and with that Iron Talon, he's able to work for creeps at quite the rate. Abed, though, the stacks have been made, and his farm will slowly catch up to that of Nisha's.
Yeah, this is what I was mentioning earlier about the Willow crit. He was able to not only help the mid lane, but also ensure that he'd get a couple stacks in the jungle for that Viper. Always nice playing a support, as we always say. You stack those camps, you get a lot of gold actually coming back for yourself as a 4 position, so it's always worth stacking for your mid laner.
And both supports, I mean, they're loving life in the mid lane.
They really are.
Puppey and Crit, they really have become the 2 new mid lanes this game. As Puppey hits the level 6 nice and early because of this one.
Yeah, he was like, you know what, Yapsor, you've got your level 4, your level 5, just go. You go make plays, I take the farm now.
10-minute runes coming up and the outpost. We'll see G start to bring the 3 of them down bottom to secure these 2 runes and the objective.
Are they going to bring Nisha to try to contest one of them? They are. They're going to bring Nisha bottom to try to help out.
Zai's already on. He leads him with a Firefly. Arteezy just, again, stands his ground, shoots him down, and is able to cover Fly and kill off the Batrider. They'll look towards Crit instead. The full combo being used, dragging him back into the boat. They'll bring him down.
We'll force a 1-for-1 exchange, at least on those outposts, but Nisha looked to keep prioritized just killing Crit instead, for good reason. It was a very high-level Willow, as we've been mentioning, level 6 early on without even eating the tome. So Nisha already jumps up to level 8, and yeah, both teams do get one of those outposts.
Now back for another bit of a look in on mid. Abed knows that with these sort of moves down bottom being made by Secret, he's safe to show himself in that mid lane. Nisha continue to stay down here, shoving the wave in. Doesn't look like they'll go for any sort of pressure onto the tier 1 tower. Just some space for Yapsor to reclaim the outpost for himself. Crit's going to TP over, see if they can set up something with Fly. As they've got to be careful, Yapsor, on showing himself down on this bottom lane whilst there's so many members of Evil Geniuses around. And he's going to come back into the lane. EG, they'll start to head back towards him. At the same time, I guess they're just focusing on making sure their cores are farming fine, and if the top lane forced in on Ramses, he can start to soak up another wave or so, get himself back in the game, as he did have a slow start on that off lane, but he is now slowly finding the farm. As him and Zai, it's still a lot of catch up. Zai actually coming up here with his level 7. He may even look to do something against this Underlord. He needs a bit of damage output, and Matsu, he'll be able to provide that. They come in, they move forward, and that invis setup sets up a big kill. Zai and Ramses have been suffering for pretty much the whole game, and Zai makes sure that Ramses is just suffering a little bit more than him.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see Zai look to make a lot more aggressive moves than we did see Ramses in that last time. I think it's a lot more natural for him to be able to versus some of these heroes, in particular the Tree, the Underlord. Batrider very good at versus both these heroes to just get on top of them, and I mean they die very quick to all this magic damage. See the PL immediately make the move away out of top lane as EG starts to focus more up there, going for that Yasha build as we tend to see, going just for that straight farm in the jungle build rather than look to get involved too early on. And it will be a straight halberd, of course, on Nisha. Playing versus 2 ranged carries makes a lot of sense. And he's look how well he's done. He's 1,000 gold above Abed on the Viper because of those rotations he's been able to make.
On top lane, EG, they'll start to group up and go for objectives. As the Drow Viper lineup, they know that this sort of early point of the game is still a time where Secret will not turn up to defend these outer towers.
Yep, and Secret can actually look to make the same trade.
And an avalanche in the trees for Yapzor. Wow. Actually cancelled the TP out of Fly. They'll set up for the kill on this one, and they'll just surely take it. He's trying to duke it out, but Zai's got the vision on him.
Puppy looks like he's trying to get some type of trade in the mid lane. He continues to hit this tower with his max level enchant, that creep that we talked about last game.
Again, sweet moves around the Bramble Maze. Still not enough to get away from the initial bit of poison, but far enough away that they won't continue to chase. Top, Arteezy's trying to push back Nisha, but he's already got the setup. Ramses takes the boat to the face. Yapzor's combo finishes him off.
Secret's really starting to ramp things up. A 4K gold advantage in no time as they're just, it looks like there's a much easier way for them to actually make moves. Yapzor, 3-0 and 3. He almost has a blink dagger again. Same time as last game. He's going to have it pretty much at that 14-minute mark, and there's a lot of squishy heroes on the enemy line.
Oh yeah, I mean having these sort of item timings against this Drow and Viper heroes that do not deal well with you getting on top of them this early. This is a very, very tough beginning for EG. This Drow and Viper core, it's going to struggle to really get things going back their way. A Secret can stay ahead. Matu's farm is getting out of control. This PL, without a doubt, is going to be a huge problem for Evil Geniuses this game.
Absolutely. And as we were talking about Zai wanting to be more active, he's queued up a blink dagger, so he wants to look to get involved. I think this is the right move by EG, though. I think they're recognizing if they do group up and go for these tower pushes, it's going to be pretty hard for Secret to actually turn it. They do bring Nisha now, though, as Crit. He's able to get his Shadow Realm off. Can't get X during that.
And they really are grouping up, but already on the back of it.
Oh, he's onto the high ground.
He's able to clip Fly. Fly, he's going to be stuck here. They'll slowly bring him down, stacking up the napalm. And that means that Fly will suffer a slow and painful death on the cliff. 6K lead for Secret. This game continuing to slip out of EG's realm.
They're telling Arteezy to go top 2 to split push the waves a bit so that they can actually make sure that he stays farmed, because during all this, Secret, they're responding with like 3 or 4 heroes, and like you said, PL, Matumba Man getting all the space in the world. He's got almost finished up the Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, just about 300 gold, and the Diffusal Blade will be done.
That is terrifying to have. A Viper as well as like, all these heroes, you have no interest in playing versus such an early Diffusal Blade on a Phantom Lancer. The Underlord, you have ways to deal with it with your AoE, but your mana is very limited this early in the game.
Yeah, you just had such a slow start on the off lane. It's very hard for Ramses to really turn up to the fights without them just focusing him and killing him off to start with.
Yeah, and it feels, again, I was mentioning in the last game, it feels just like these limited movements for EG to actually make. They have no ways of just initiating and starting these fights just straight up. They have to kind of just like walk in with the Willow to really force any type of action, while Secret's is just a lot more natural. They have a Tiny who, he has such an early blink dagger, and he also just walks in and can naturally make plays. Same thing with the Kunkka, and they're starting to roll with it. Everybody's farming. Look at this. The Enchantress as well has now surpassed Zai as well as Yapzor net worth. I mean, Puppy has a Glimmer Cape, and he's on his way toward a 4-staff. He's just playing the farm game.
And every minute that passes, Secret, they're just farming that much better than EG's heroes are.
Yep.
An 8K lead, and EG, they've got to get something done. Otherwise, this game is just going to slip further and further away from any possibility of them having the lead.
Yep, and immediately look at top. Crit, he's getting found already, and that's a quick, easy kill for Zaya as well as Nisha.
They're just letting heroes go on EG. Secret a step ahead each and every time in this match.
And look at this, like we were talking about Puppey again, he just continues to farm with his creep. Look how much, 97 damage on a range creep. He's last hitting with it constantly, and he's applying pressure onto the lane as well because of it, keeping Yapsor near him too. They get this Tinker ward. Actually, I'm actually going to call this now a tree ward. This is a tree and protector ward, because we don't see Tinker, we see tree every game, and trees always play in the sides there. So yeah, this tree ward will be able to spot fly as soon as he walks up.
He gets tossed back into the hands of Puppey. He's trying to get the ult off. He won't even get the chance to. As Fly falls, Arteezy looks to try and lead him with the gust, but they're out of range of it.
They're farming they're showing and farming in all three lanes on the side of Secret. EG cannot punish it at all at the moment. This is devastating right now.
It's terrifying for Evil Geniuses. Again, Matumba Man, you know he's going to be quietly smiling in that booth. He is just having all the space. We saw what he did with that sort of farm in last game. This game on his PL, they already struggle with answers. Maybe if it was even they've got good means to deal with it, but as they fall further and further behind, dealing with this Phantom Lancer is going to become something that they just don't have the tools to do.
Yeah, absolutely. He's level 15. He found himself two very nice neutral items as well, the Vampire Fangs and the Pupil's Gift. So he's tanky. He can show up to fights, but he doesn't have to. He can just finish up this Manta style he's about to have.
Right. He's trying to set up for some potential kills. They use the overgrowth on Puppey. They're in with the magical damage. Puppey will fall. Yapsor hides in the trees. Doesn't look like they're aware that he was still around here. So with another blink away and a TP, Yapsor will escape, meaning only Puppey is lost. Just continual outmaneuvers from Secret.
Yep.
EG just cannot get any sort of flow going.
No, and they're getting so much farm on the two cores that really matter the most on the side of Secret. But I say the two cores that matter the most because the supports are also farming super well. Let's see if they can try to pick up something here.
Well, they do have the fear back, and they've got the damage. Vipers in town. Arbeb will be able to offer up what's required.
Okay, and now Crit, with this kill, he actually finishes up his Yule. So this is one of those playmaking items that allows the Willow to get a little bit more active, as you can just, Curse Crown Yules, you set up that Bramble Maze under, and then you can look to really be much more active in comparison to a Tiny. Deny coming out from Yapsor. But a full Manta. It's time for Matu to join and have some fun with the team.
They're going to see this PL show up, and they are going to wonder where it all kind of went wrong, or maybe not. Into the silence, they do a good job of taking him down to half, but he gets the chance to doppel out.
All of EG shows up to back up to protect the Underlord there. Meanwhile, Puppey continues to farm with a range creep bottom. Stops for the moment.
And this is just a problem between the Manta, the Doppelganger, the buff up from the Kunka's Rum, even the heal close by from the Enchantress. It's just so much for EG to fight through. They have to try and find the cause of Secret alone, but with the way that Secret's been playing in some of these games, Secret, they just don't make those sort of mistakes. It's very unlikely for Matumba Man to be out in a position where EG can find him miles away from any sort of backup. Matumba Man, the way that he moves across the map is in such a fashion that he's never alone.
Ooh, Nisha. He might be a little bit alone here, but he does have some backup on the high ground. His mode is still on cooldown over 15 seconds.
He's able to use the halberd on Arbed, slow down the damage, and now Yapsor, he's jumping in with a blink onto Ramses. Ramses already falling low. They're still trying to kill off Nisha, but Nisha, he could just step away from pretty much the entire squad of EG.
They can't even get him when he was on the low ground there. He doesn't even have boat during all that, and they still weren't able to because of that halberd disarm and the backup.
And you know the Secret is still very ready to poke at this, and Lance out on a Ramses.
They also are able to keep control of both of those outposts, so deny that XP from EG, and EG is in a fully defensive stance at the moment as Secret running the show. Now that blink is picked up on the Batrider on top of those boots of travel. They have many more ways to now initiate. See if Crit can make another play here with this clumsy net.
See, they have got Arteezy around, and with that, they will have the damage. And these sort of small openings are exactly what EG has to find. They do end up losing fire in the other half of the map as Yapsor is able to dive in.
It's the battle.
Grab on him.
It's this battle of the four positions, right? You see 6-2-1 on Crit, Yapsor 5-0-3, just looking to constantly make plays all over the map. But Secret they're coming out still so much more ahead of it. Still a 10k gold advantage. EG's not slowing it down at all.
Little things though. At least Arbed, he does find the dream item. He gets the Grove Bow on Viper.
And they will
do find Yapzor. He's going to be left behind, so another kill for EG to pick up.
That's a kill streak as well, going to Ramses.
Still that big core remains. Matumba Man, the problem that EG have yet to be able to do anything about in this match. And that problem that just continues to grow at a rate that EG's cores, they cannot keep up with the farm. You're seeing a huge drop-off and difference. Yeah, Arteezy, he's there at the top for the team, but even up, he's slipping back behind. The jump's there, Ramses, he's surrounded, Matu gets on top of him, and the Underlord dies in seconds, and they're even trying to move on for more Secret. See if they can catch another, pushing them back, they'll get a courier. Fly is able to escape in the trees, but they have to just get out of there. Any time that Ramses shows himself, Secret, they kill him so easily right now. His game has been utterly shut down.
Yeah, and he's gone from, the hood into the pipe build, which he needs this game because the magic damage that comes out in particular from Tiny and from Batrider. But then you're going to have to deal with a lot of other things, the illusions that are going to start hurting you a lot. You need a Crimson Guard in this game, but then also you have Impetus. This is a 5-position, quote-unquote, I want to say 5-position Enchantress by Puppey, but he's going to be dishing out a lot of damage in this game as he's actually going to be having more net worth or equivalent net worth as the Viper pretty soon. So he is a force to be reckoned with as well that you can't actually mitigate too well since it's pure damage on that Impetus versus an Underlord.
And despite sort of the speed that Secret is playing at, EG, they still have some of these key points on the map. They still hold on to the tier 1 mid. Fly's been doing a good job of keeping it at full health with the living armor. And Secret have yet to sort of push in and look to take that, which is kind of interesting. 23 minutes in, they've got a 13k lead, but they haven't taken the mid tower.
EG's really they've been very focused on that mid tower especially. Just constantly having the Underlord parked between there and with the tree as well. They could look to make that move pretty soon, though, as they do still have they have their lasso available again, so he can look to jump and pull people out of position away from that tower. Yeah, it's increasing. It's just increasing more and more for Secret. That PL, the Kunkka as well, farming a crazy amount. And you mentioned a little bit of luck for the Viper to get that Grove Ball. We didn't point out, but it was an Imp Claw picked up for the Kunkka, one of the better pickups for him. And now he has a full BKB on top. So he was having a little bit of problems maybe if he gets caught inside of a pit or caught by the Willow. Now, how do you bring down this man?
And this game has just sort of fallen into the same way that we've seen Secret take the other two games that they did this series, where they've been able to push EG into a position where EG feel that they're forced to play the farm game, but the truth of the matter is their heroes, they just do not farm as well as Secrets do, so they're just playing a losing game at the moment.
Yeah, and Drow is not going to be getting stronger at this point versus a PL, because if you look at Arteezy's itemization, he's feeling like he actually has to go for a BKB in this game because the ways they have to get on top of him in the backlines, be it from the Tiny, be it from the Batrider, be it from just a charge from the Phantom Lancer, he's feeling it very threatened.
I mean, unlike Arbed's Viper, Viper just isn't the hero that he used to be when it comes to AFK farming. And you're seeing that in his net worth. You just see right behind him, both Zai and Puppey, they're nearly as farmed as EG's mid.
Yeah. He's 0 to an 8, a place that you never really want to be on Viper. You want to be the one leading the charge, trying to set up, walking up, being unkillable. But in this matchup, you're very killable because the way that Secret's set up so far. And we're seeing very deep aggressive wards coming out too. Puppey puts one down bottom to be able to watch any movements that come out down there. If they see anything there, like the transitions, then they can look to pressure onto that mid tower or even top.
It really is just another one of those games where you've sort of got to ask yourself, what is the plan from EG? It's not going great right now, and what are they sort of trying to work towards? In their minds, where do they see an opportunity to turn this one around?
I don't know, because it's the same. It feels similar to the last one, that they don't have someone to initiate and start to fight.
And he's got a full heart. Matsu, he has a full heart. You are not killing this man. He's level 20.
And he also picks up a Mindbreaker for himself too. All right, man, this is a scary Phantom Lancer. He also has some neutral items they can pass off to his buddies as well, since he's been jungling for quite a while.
And it really does feel like, off the back of the drafts, as we said, both of these strats sort of going back to what we saw previously in the tournament. EG, they chose to go with this Drow Viper, but Secret, the PL, that really was the hero that was just having the edge in a lot of these situations.
They're about to see Arteezy. They saw the arrow coming in.
He's going to try and slide away, but with Matu on top of him, there's no hope for the Drow Ranger. That's EG's carry done and dusted. As Secret can just play the map however they wish with the lead that they have.
Yeah, look at this. They're collapsing already. They find the Tree Protector Fly. They don't have any fear. They're not afraid of this Underlord. They're not afraid of this Willow. They're not afraid of anything on EG.
And they don't need to be. EG, they have nothing right now to scare Secret with. Their cores remain incredibly underfarmed. And Secret, they're taking over the map. They're taking over the entire game. The next thing you know, you're going to look at Ayrton Amaral and he's going to have the Basher. He's going to have the Abyssal Blade. And these sort of item progressions cannot be matched by EG in this passive state that they're playing.
No, I mean, EG's draft is all about you get the ball rolling, you group up, and you kind of just start going. Secret's draft kind of thwarts that, especially when they have this type of a lead. And I don't know, I'm not too sure what you even can do versus EG, because you don't want to give up this Roche. If you do, that's going to be almost impossible for you to come back. So they're trying to contest it here. They have the Underlord, which is really good around the pit at least.
It's not going to be an easy fight, though. Already the Illusion's just burning the entirety of Ramsey's mana. He's going to have to use the Shrine right now to start things off, just to get his mana back up. But instantly, you know, the constant onslaught of these Illusions pushing at him. They're going to burn it again. They drag it. Arbed's caught on the front. He gets the BKB off the fear from Crit, trying to push the back, but Arbed is just dying through the magic immunity. He's trying to run. Nisha hits him hard with the Tidebringer cleave. Arbed is gone, and Secret, they're ready to try and catch more. Yours up, won't break the X-Mount combo, but he wanted to save Crit's life. He's into the Shadow Realm, but they have the AoE damage. Secret are just destroying and humiliating EG here in this game 5.
It honestly feels like the game's over. I don't know what a Drow Viper lineup can do versus a PL. If you're not ahead with Drow and Viper, the game is already super difficult, and now they're not only just behind, they're massively behind versus a PL who I don't know how they can bring down at all. They can't seemingly kill anybody on their lineup when they get a nice route into fear play. Everybody else just gets away, and they're almost full health right after the fight.
And off to Roche they go. Nothing. It's going to be there from EG to stop this. As you said, they kind of had to, but there's a lot of things that EG needed to do this game, and they were unable to achieve any of them.
They're trying to farm up this BKB like we mentioned for Arteezy, also trying to finish up a Maelstrom for Abed, but that was Abed with his BKB reveal in that last fight, and it did absolutely nothing.
Here we have, they are trying to TP over once again, but it's too late. Roshan has fallen, Matu has the Aegis. They'll look towards Nisha, but Nisha, he's forced back to safety, out of the range of the multi-shot. And with that initial burst fire attempt from EG, they haven't got anything else left to throw out. They've got to back off. A Secret, now with this Aegis, I mean, they couldn't even kill Matu the once, killing him twice. It's pretty much impossible. His farm, he's now nearly 7k ahead of Arteezy's Drow. There is no stopping this man. As Secret, they've done an incredible job of just securing the map, and when they do that, Matu and Nisha, they just get out of control.
Yeah, and there's so limited plays that EG can really do. I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over again, but I don't know what they can really do versus this lineup because of how fast an advantage Secret claimed. From the rotations, from Yapsor, and then they just park themselves in all three lanes. And it doesn't feel like there's anything that EG can do.
At the moment, you just look at the heroes, and EG, they have one core hero, the Drow, and a core hero that's severely underfarmed. Both the Viper, Arbed, and Ramsey's Underlord, they're falling behind. They're falling behind the supports of Secret. Their game, it's over. I mean, as you said, their game was over long ago. It's now up to Secret to just decide when they want to end this. As they move up, there is a repair kit for EG. That slows down a little bit.
I think alright, you accept that. You're like, alright, you got a repair kit and tree armor. We're going to back up and at least claim this secondary outpost so you can't have it, Crit. Looking like he wants to try to make a solo play here on the Zai.
See if he can do it. He cannot. Yapsor's in. Gives Zai the backup he needs. They'll secure the bounty rune.
But he does defend at least the outpost for his team for the time being, so they get a little bit of experience, but that experience does not do anything.
I mean, Matu, he's just poking here alone.
He's got Aegis. He's got no fear at all.
He is invincible.
Nisha makes his way over, and a full AC now as well on top of that on the Kunkka. And they can just go from tower to tower. They've got aggressive wards down too. Zai trying to look for a catch, and he's going to find it.
And they go. Drag back Ramses. In they go with a jump. Ramses, they put the stick. He's trying to live, but he'll fall. BKB popped by Arbed. He's running away. They're chasing him down. Past the tier 3, past the tier 4. As Secret continue to bully EG closer and closer to submission.
More repair kits still available. Fly. will throw one more out. They have one additional one after this in combination with the glyph.
I mean, what EG's done to themselves this game, it's beyond repair. These kits aren't going to do anything to help them out in this sort of situation. In they go, Secret Matsu just diving for Fly. Evaporate. Over they move towards Easy. He puts the BKB. He's got to run back. There'll be a buyback from Fly. Terrorize just sit back the two of them. Arbed, he's trying to focus down onto the Nisha Kuka, but with a BKB, Nisha could continue to walk back to safety. Matsu, he just goes straight back in. The manner of Arbed is burned as Matsu fights to four of them deep past the tier 4 towers as they cannot hold him back. Ramsey tries to go in with the root. It's instantly removed by the Manta. The repair kit is healing the tower back up, but EG, they just cannot get a single kill from Secret.
They've stalled it out, but that was their last charge of their repair kit, and we saw that Secret, they just stopped hitting the building at that point because they're like, whatever, we're just going to dive past it for a moment. And EG, they're just trapped in their base. They're acquiring no farm at all, and it's getting close to the point where we're going to have 5 heroes on Secret, maybe surpassing any of the heroes' net worth on the side of EG, as Arteezy is kind of alone amongst all of those dire heroes on there. Is just a clinic by Secret. No mercy whatsoever.
I mean, in all 3 wins from them in this grand finals, they have been. Secret have just dominated from start to finish in the wins that they've had. Jumping on Arbed. Arbed's dead for 55. The boat will be sent on through. Ramsey's trying to force them back, but the illusions, they're just keeping Arteezy at bay. Arteezy's got no mana to fight with no frost arrows, no multi-shot to use. Ramsey's is dead. They're onto the tier 3 towers, fighting through the armor, pushing on. There's no hold that EG can provide right now. It's reaching a 30k lead at 32 minutes. As EG, all they can do is stand back and watch. Secret, they'll take this mid-Brax, and they can just decide however they want to play this one from now on. They'll move up to the top lane. Another lane in trouble. And EG, all they're doing is watching. They're dead down 2 heroes. They can do nothing with 5. They certainly can't do anything with 3 of them.
No, they're just going to get both here, inevitably die. I'm so surprised they haven't called it just yet as another Rax gets claimed. Both lanes are gone.
It's looking rough, to say the least. 33 carry, 2 sets of Rax.
I'm surprised this even gives us a rating of 1%. This feels like one of those games that we had at TI where it's at 100% win rate, because I don't think that there's any way that Secret can lose this one, even if they gave a couple. A lot of that's just PGs. They don't have any more skill in themselves.
I mean, maybe they're not calling GG because they already disconnected 20 minutes ago, because that's how they're playing right now. They're doing nothing, Evil Geniuses. Secret making this look like a walk in the park right now.
I mean, there really is just nothing that they've been able to do. Once Secret started to get the ball rolling, once they started getting so tanky on all these heroes, I mean, feeling that they have 4 or 5 cores across their lineup. Yeah. EG's trying to hang on here, but they don't have damage. It's a 34,000 gold lead for Secret.
I mean, at least they can think about the positives, right? They managed to win a couple of games against Secret. That's kind of nice.
They definitely had some solid games.
Yeah.
This one, though, out of hand.
Oh, hey, here we go. Yapzor. It's not going to die.
He has 31 armor.
Another turn onto Arteezy. The boat comes crashing down, and so does Arteezy's life. Arteezy's dead. They'll move on for more. The lasso's onto Arbed. Arbed's gone. Done and dusted. And Secret, they could just A-click the heroes, move on forward. Goodbye, Crit. He's able to disappear to the Shadow Realm, but he cannot disappear, unfortunately, from this hell of a game that he's in.
They call finally.
GG's there, ladies and gentlemen. Your grand final champions are Team Secret. They'll take the major title, and as I said, in 3 games that they won, they weren't even close. They destroyed Evil Geniuses like they did to many of the opponents they had on this incredible run at the major. They're just a tier above.
Yeah,
there's nothing else to be said.
In these last few games, it really was. It felt like a 30,000 gold lead at the 30-minute mark. All 3 games they won. EG did bring it to them, though. They brought them to the 5 games. I think a lot of people would be very impressed that EG were able to go through this road after having You know, people were like, oh, they're not going to make it past Vici. They made it past Vici. Oh, they're going to get 3-0 by Secret. They won a couple games, but Secret, they definitely just look to be on another level this time around. And from the draft to the play, they just seem to have such a good control of how they wanted to dictate the pace of the game.
I mean, that's why were these games, these wins that Secret had, so one-sided? Was a lot of it on the draft? Do you feel that EG, they tried some tired ideas that just weren't going to cut it against Secret's playstyle?
It did feel like it, at least, from the way that they were just able to farm so much, and EG just farmed so much while also playing presser. EG could not actually survive that pressure.
And here we go. Leipzig, make some noise for your Dream League major champions, Team Secret!